That fam?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
No, they're fam, definitely.
No, the last time we talked to you, you said you had buried the injury, but as you're in this training camp, are you looking to see how your body feels physically at certain points the way it did before, or what are you kind of monitoring just to reinforce that you've gotten past this?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely buried it, but yeah, I mean, just being honest, obviously you want to get a few days and you want to get a week or so ahead of you in the books and then see if there's residual pain or anything like that or soreness. Obviously after the first day wasn't much. It was just good to get back out there, fully moving, being a full participant and everything. It's exciting just being back with the guys, and it's the last thing I'm thinking about, but obviously going to just see where I'm at as I continue to go on to make sure that I can set a right plan to take care of it.
Did you take any moment yesterday to remember where you were last October to jogging on that field for the first time?
Yeah, definitely. I think just the walk onto the field and then just before I actually crossed the line. And that's something I do well before the injury. So now just been a long time since I've been out there. Been a while since we've been obviously in Oxnard. It was a special moment just to think about where I was, think about all the hard work, all the support and everything that went into me getting back out there and just being able to go do what I love again.
What was the most challenging? Rolling out, did you after the play, did you notice, oh, I didn't even think about rolling out?
No, I mean, there was no part of practice yesterday that I thought about my ankle or thought about any physical thing holding me back or anything, to be honest with you.
What was the most challenging part for you given the time you've been away?
Yeah, just not doing anything. I'm a guy that likes to go, like to stay on my feet and just always constantly trying to get better. So just the initial first couple of months, obviously, just having to lay up, having to allow the healing process to happen on its own, and there wasn't much that I could do to rehab or to do anything to get it better. That was challenging, but as I said, I had an amazing support system, family, teammates, friends, fans, everybody supported me that got me through that. And once I was able to start my rehab process and doing all the little things, it was fun just to day by day, beat new goals and set small goals and capture those victories. And that's what allowed me to get to this point and to be out there participating and competing and not thinking about it at all.
He told us he never had any doubt that you'd be ready to go. Certainly you have been confident you'd be ready to go. But still, how good does it feel to just have this all behind you and be out here practicing with your team, knowing that this is really just the beginning, it's not the end?
No, for sure. It's definitely the beginning. It's exciting. I mean, it's a blessing just to know where I was, guess what, 9 months or something like that ago, to where I am now, to know that's a lot of hard work, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of commitment that went into it, but it all pays off. And I've had a lot of adversity in my life, and this was up there with them. So just to be able to accomplish what I have in just that process, and as you said, just to know this is the beginning of a long journey, and excited to be on top of it and have that season of adversity behind me. Just looking forward to each and every day, and just as I said, getting to do the things that I love and getting to do it with the people that I love, and it's a great game, and I'm just excited to be back at it.
Do you feel a different energy out there this year?
Yeah, I mean, sure, it's always great being in Oxnard, but I mean, after you think about the last 2 years, not being able to get here last year, and then just the season we had, me personally, what I went through, what this team went through, and then just now just to be back out here, it's a lot of excitement, a lot of energy, and it's something that we're going to build on each and every day, and it's only going to get better. We're a competing team, and iron sharpens iron. Defense and offense, we're going to be talking, we're going to be fired up, and I know we're going to get better because of that energy, because of that excitement that we have, and it's a special place just to be back out there.
Dak, on that note of iron sharpening iron, when the defense is getting a hand on balls yesterday, what's going through your mind? How much does that stoke your competitive fire? Oh,
definitely. I mean, it stokes it pretty good. I mean, obviously saying I haven't been out there in a while and haven't been able to talk trash or to be able to compete and to know those guys are making plays, it's exciting that as well, right? I mean, they're getting better, and I know we're making them better, but more importantly, they're making us better as well, and that's what it's all about, is this team getting better as a whole, and we're going to continue to do that day by day.
What is it to get your people back? Like,
Diggs yesterday. What was kind of going on there with the interception? You guys were having a little challenge.
I mean, first off, he was out of bounds, well out of bounds. I don't even think he got 1 foot in, so I was making sure he knew that. Making sure he knew that wasn't an interception, and you'll probably see me and Diggs going at it all the time. He's a competitive guy. I love the way he plays the game. I love his mentality, and I'm just going to try to grow it, to be honest. And I know it makes me better, it makes the receivers better, and he's going to be better because of it, and that's going to make this team great.
How good is it to get all your people back, like Lyle and Tyron, and even Zeke seems to be in much better shape than your tight end? How good is it to see all you guys coming back right now?
Yeah, it's special. When that group's in the huddle, I think I say it pretty much every time, the band's back together. And it's a blessing. Me and Tyron talked about it as we were approaching that first team session yesterday. It's been a long time, huh? And to have LC, Tyron, Zach, a healthy Zeke, have us all back in there with some of those young guys who are going to be great players. It's awesome, and we've got a great supporting cast from when one of those guys come out, or when myself and Zeke comes out, we've got great guys coming in as well. So it's just awesome. It's something that, as I said, I'm looking forward to each and every day, and I know we're going to get better. And my excitement is through the roof, honestly.
Was there anything about the rehab process with all those guys where anything said or unsaid about what this year will mean after you guys, all y'all were out so long last year?
Yeah, I think it didn't have to be said. We all had different injuries, obviously individual challenges, but we all knew that we collectively, what we're going to do is get back to ourselves, and that was going to help this team do it. And so a lot of us rehabbed together, a lot of us did a lot of conditioning, different things that we had to lock arms that were tough at certain times during the process, that we knew that it was going to pay off once the fall came. And once again, this is just the beginning of all these things paying off, and we've got to stay committed to our goals. We've got to stay committed to each other. But Britt Brown's done an amazing job with each and every one of us, and I'd be remiss if I didn't thank him, obviously, as well as I'm sure the other guys want to, on his behalf, of just pushing us each and every day. There's nobody like him that could have gotten us all back to where we need to be.
How would you describe his style?
Old school, special, gritty. He's passionate, does what he does his job with true passion, with true love. Loves the guys that he's coaching, and you feel it each and every day that you go out there, whether it's a light day or whether it's a hard day. He's going to let you know, he's going to be honest, he's going to take care of you, and it just makes you a better person and a better player every time you get out there in rehab or anytime you just get with him.
You shared with us yesterday how he went to the hospital after the injury and the interaction that you guys had the first time, the feed me thing. Do you remember any of that?
Obviously not. I saw that little clip, and yeah, I definitely don't remember that. I know when he left, my family told me he came, and obviously that meant a lot to me. But I was a little bummed that I didn't remember it, didn't remember our interactions, and obviously my family was just like, yeah, you were talking out of nowhere. So, oh well, but it was great.
Was there a special visitor when you were in there that meant something more to you?
Just having my family. That was a game that honestly, my aunt, my uncle, my brothers were at. The family was there. All my friends were there. Everyone showed up to the hospital, saw them before I went back into into surgery. So just obviously they all waited on me, and then just to get out and to see each and every one of them, my girlfriend, it was special. Honestly, it really was. Just knowing that. It was going to be a long process, but I had the people around me that I needed to, and they know how much this game means to me and how much I was going to do to get back on top of it. So they're just motivating and inspiring the whole way through.
So it was a larger contingent than normal that you would have had at a game?
Yes, for sure, for sure.
So first day in here in Oxnard, Coach McCarthy said that with big contracts come big responsibilities,
sure.
And that not only inside the field but outside, and that nobody emulates that better than Dak Prescott. So how does that make you feel to have that support of your coach, and if you can expand a little bit more on that relationship that you currently have, support system also going through your injury?
Yeah, the support system is great. Not only from my family, but from this organization as a whole. I went through what I went through and was able to rehab myself, and somehow along that process got signed to a long-term deal. So I think that says a lot when you think about the commitment that this organization and the people in the support staff have to me. And I think that's just because each and every day I come in, I give my all. I give my all to them. I give my all to this game. I give my all to this organization, and it's special. It's special just to be here, to be in training camp, and just know great things are going to come from this year. And as I said, we're going to take it day by day and just get better each and every way.
All right, what do you remember about the experience of your rookie camp that might inform the way you work with the three guys behind you?
One more time there.
What do you remember about the experiences of your rookie camp that might inform the way you work with the three guys now behind you?
Yeah, whether it was rookie camp, whether it was the camp after that, I know we have to push each other to get better. And I need those three guys right now, and they need me, obviously. So it's always talking, it's always communicating. We're the signal callers, and I know that they have to lead those twos, those threes, or whatever it is, because we never know when one of those guys, whether it's them or whether it's somebody from their huddle, is going to be asked to come fill in the position. Last year said it best. So it's to lead by example first and foremost, but then communicate after that, and push those guys. As I said, I know they're only going to make me better and they're going to make this team better as long as we're doing that in the meeting room, on the field, off the field, just anytime that we're together.
He's been considered a strong leader. Does going through what you've gone through here in these past few months make you even better in that regard, just given the perspective that you may have now that you didn't before?
Yes, for sure. And I just think on the simple fact of sitting there watching the game, I've never had to watch as much football in my life without being a part of it. So, yeah, you don't take the small things for granted. You don't take the walkthroughs, you don't take the meetings, you don't take hanging out at lunch or dinner with the guys for granted, because at any moment, obviously, it can be taken away from you. And it can be taken away from you for a short period of time or for a long time, and we don't necessarily know that. That's what this game brings. So, yeah, you just got to take advantage of everything and each and every opportunity. I'm going to make sure that these young guys know that, these old guys know that, know how special it is when we're all together and when we're all working, and that we can accomplish all the things that we want as long as we're on the same page.
Talk about mental. Clearly that this training camp is not about the ankle for you. You're past that. What is this camp about for you?
It's about getting better. Obviously, I want to be better than I was before the ankle injury. So to me, it's about getting to that point and then getting past that and making sure that this team gets better, more importantly. I'm going to be ready, but I've got to make sure this offense, this defense, the special teams, and us as a group, collectively, we're playing together, and that we know we're one heartbeat. We're as good as our weakest link, and we've got to be committed to that. We've got to be committed to each other, hold each other accountable. And I think if we do that, then we decide our goals and we can go accomplish them.
Talk about mental health has been something you've been dealing with in the past. How has it strengthened the last couple of months?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, going through what I went through, it took a lot of mental strength just to get through some of those times, just get through the time, as I said, of not doing anything, of the time where it's you and your mind, really. And it's just allowed me to grow as a man, more importantly. Then obviously, as I grow as a man, I'm going to grow as a football player. I'm going to grow as a leader. And that's been the special part of this adversity. And I always say where adversity comes, brings opportunity. And that's exactly what has happened. Is it's been an opportunity for me to become a better person so I can be better for other people and give them something.
He told us yesterday that he came from a family that didn't believe in vaccine, think vaccine growing up, but he got the vaccine for himself and for his teammates. Have you gotten the vaccine?
I don't necessarily think that's exactly important, Clarence. I think that's HIPAA. But I understand where Zeke comes from. I understand everybody's opinion, and I think everybody's has that right. We wouldn't live in this country, and we wouldn't be in the position that we're in if that wasn't the case. Obviously, we all have to do a better job of educating ourselves, of educating our neighbors, just on this whole pandemic, just this whole situation, the vaccine. And I think, and I know that this team is going to get to the numbers. This team is going to do what we have to do to make sure that we're continually progressing through this thing the right way.
The NFL made clear yesterday that the vaccine is a matter of a competition and that there are, I guess, if an unvaccinated player has certain situations, it won't be the same for vaccinated. Do y'all talk among teammates about what the competitive implications are of getting vaccinated?
I mean, there's small talks. Obviously, when you see certain guys come out and say certain things that they did on social, obviously that sparks conversations and things of that such. And as I said, I'm very confident in this team that we'll get to where we need to be, and I know we're on that way to doing the best that we can to help each other, to help this team and help the possibilities of this season.
McCarthy said he wasn't 100% on board with getting vaccinated initially, but after he looked at the science and looked at some of the statistics, it changed his mind. How much of an impact do you think his message had on the overall team?
And I think that's huge, him just saying that. Obviously, him saying how he was against it and obviously went forward to get it because he educated himself. And I think that's the best that we can do. But obviously there's conspiracies and there's so much stuff out there right now, right? So as I said, everybody's welcome to their own opinion. And this thing wouldn't be an option if it wasn't that case. So we just got to continue to do that, talk amongst each other, answer some of the questions that people may have, try to give hope where there may be fear, or just figure this thing out. As I said, it's all about educating ourselves and knowing as much as we can about what we're putting in our bodies.
Zeke seems to have dedicated himself to self-improvement this offseason in a way that he never has before. What's the significance of that in your mind as somebody who's close to him and dependent upon him?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it firsthand. He's taken a step that that shows that last year was not who he was, and he doesn't want to put that on tape again. He doesn't want to be that player, whether it was mistakes or whether it wasn't being healthy or whatever it is. And he's one of the most competitive people I've met in my life. He's somebody that I've talked about time and time again about cares more about this game than a lot of things and a lot more than a lot of people do, and it's special. And so that's all that was just a commitment to him being a better player. Obviously, it's going to lead to him being a better person. And I know he's going to make a huge, huge jump, and he's going to be, I mean, I expect to see the best Zeke that we've ever seen in the NFL, to be honest, just from the way that he's trained, just from the way that he's approached it, just the way that he studies, just the way that he's come out here and handled himself just these first couple of opportunities that we've been on the field.
You said you will play in the preseason. How much do you need to play and want to play?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to play. As far as giving you a number or a quantity of how much I need to, I just want to obviously get back out there, get some reps before it's real, just to have a live defense coming at me. Hopefully not take too many licks because I've got great protection, but that's part of the game, and I think that would be great to obviously get up from that, wipe it off, and just be another process, I said, of bearing the injury, obviously. And I think it would be huge. Obviously, not having the preseason last year, me and Zach Martin were talking about it just the other day. That's a big thing. Is getting those preseason reps, just getting some practice or whatever you want to, exhibition reps underneath you before it really matters goes a long way. And I think I need it. I think this team needs it, and I know it'll help us once it's for real.
What are your expectations for this offense?
When you signed with Michael's shoe company, what did it mean for you? Did you have some conversations with him, and did you get an opportunity to talk about his leadership and his championship medal?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was special just being able to sign with Jumpman, the Jordan brand, and just knowing what kind of athlete he was, what kind of competitor he was, what kind of winner he was. Then just during COVID, we all pretty much watched The Last Dance, and just getting another peek and another insight of who he was as a player just jumped out to me. So, I mean, it was special for me to be able to put my name with him, to be able to bring Jordan, to bring the Cowboys together. I think it's special. I think it's special for me. I think it's special for this organization and for fans of the Cowboys and fans of the brand. I'm just excited to wear it.
Michael Parsons talked to us yesterday about playing Connect Four with Damari, having conversations with DeMarcus. He said, I try and connect with every team in a different way so I can learn what they're made of, they can learn what I am. What have you learned about his personality, and how have you seen him do that?
Yeah, I mean, we've sat at lunch and dinner, we've had some good conversations, and I know all of his interests. And I told him the other day when we were starting one of the team drills is, this isn't chess, this is the real thing. So I love Mike. I think he's a great guy, great kid, great football player, and I know he's going to make this team better. He's going to make that defense better, and we're lucky to have him.
Zeke also talked yesterday about looking back at his protecting the football issues early in the season last year. You had some of the same issues. What have you done in terms of watching tape that said to you, I can't do this, I can't do that? What do you have to do differently?
Yeah, just knowing when it's important to give up on a play, to throw the ball away, whether or to slide when you're running. Just being a smarter player overall, and knowing that it's for the benefit of the whole team. Being a playmaker, being a guy that wants to make big plays, you want to do that, and so you've got to balance the risk versus reward. Know when it's time to, as I said, burn the play and just move on to the next, or maybe it's a third down or it's a fourth down. We've got to have it, and you've got to push those limits. But just about figuring out those balances and continuing to watch film, continuing to educate myself, talk to coaches, and do that.
There are always a lot of eyes on the Cowboys, but do you talk to your teammates about, okay, the Hard Knocks cameras are here, but let's make sure we keep our focus where it needs to be?
I mean, we had great team meetings at the beginning of this camp that I think handled it. As we said, it's going to be a fly on the wall, and it's not going to be a distraction. Things are a distraction that you allow to become a distraction. I know we've got the right leaders, we've got the right personalities on this team to focus. And when you're coming off a season last year, you know the importance is the work on the field. So I don't think anybody's necessarily worried about them. We're going to allow them to do their job. We're going to focus on our job, and hopefully it just goes smooth.
The expectations on the outside for your offense is it's going to be one of the best offenses in the NFL, and clearly the way the season started last year before you got hurt, it was. What are your expectations for the offense this year?
Yeah, exactly that. Be the best offense in the NFL. Stats, scoring, whatever you want to say, we want to be the best offense, and we want to make sure that we're playing complementary football first and foremost with our defense and with our special teams. It's just not about getting out there and throwing it 100 times, but it's about playing complementary football, the run game, the pass game, the action game, and allowing the defense to get rest, giving the defense a chance to get out there and to be their best when they're out there as well. So, but first and foremost, just to be the best offense in the NFL.
I feel you can be as explosive as any offense, but you need to be more efficient. Is that the step that needs to be taken to reach that top level?
Yeah, for sure. We've got to be balanced. We can definitely be explosive in the pass game. You see the receivers that we have, the tight end. And then you see the two backs. So even them out of the backfield, this pass game is going to be limitless. But we've got to make sure that the run game is the complementary. And I think it starts up front with this offensive line that we have and them setting the tone in the run game that's going to allow us to get the boxes, going to allow us to get the matchups that we want to be able to attack teams outside. And then once we do that, there's going to be trouble for whoever we're playing. And we're excited to just take step by step, honestly, and to make sure that when it all counts that we're doing exactly that the right way.
You grew up a Cowboys fan, and Jimmy Johnson's going into the Hall of Fame here. What is his saying that, how about them Cowboys? What does that mean to you?
How about him? Just obviously he said that after winning a big one, right? And to me, that's always stuck with me. I mean, when I sign autographs a lot of times, they ask for me to put how about them boys on them. So, I mean, I think that's just kind of been a label to Cowboy fans is every team kind of has their saying, and that's stuck. That's stuck, and I think it means a lot. But I know I want to get in the locker room and say it the same way that he said it, and then it'll mean a whole lot more than to me.
Thoughts about the first game of the year, going to Tampa, you face Tom Brady. Nobody's won more Super Bowls than him.
I'm excited. I'm excited. What a special way to start this season off, not only for us, but for this league, for fans. America's team playing, obviously, the reigning Super Bowl champions with the best quarterback to do it. I'm excited for the matchup against this defense, a very talented defense. And I know our defense is very excited for that matchup against Tom and his guys. So it's going to be special, as I said, not only for Cowboy Nation, but for this NFL, and be a great way to kick off the season and kick off our season the right way.
Blake Jarwin back at practice. What was that like for you to see him back out there?
Oh, it was great. Blake's one of the many guys that I've rehabbed with along the last few months. So it's special just knowing that he's back out there as well. My first throw at practice yesterday, sure it was a walkthrough, but I made sure I threw it to Blake. Just obviously I know everything that he's been through. Fighting his adversity, fighting his injury, and getting back on that field, special not only for me but for him and for this offense. He's somebody that we're going to count on. He's somebody that we need, and he's a big-time player that he's gonna step up.
Your boy Zeke's birthday was yesterday. Did you organize anything that you could share with us? He did talk about the gift that you gave him, and how important is that bond that you two have?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a special bond. I mean, obviously we're going into year 6, and this game brought us together. But we'll be friends long after we're done playing. So thankful for a guy like that on the field, off the field, and happy belated birthday to him again. We didn't do anything because it was camp, but my birthday's coming up, so maybe when this thing's all said and done, we've got an off day, we'll do something. So perfect. Thank y'all.